Good people, yesterday I made a video talking about the difference between ministry and department, of which Ministry of Education and Department of Education. So I want to read you something about those two terminologies in detail. So, education and training are central activities of our society. They are of vital interest to every family and to the health and prosperity of our national economy. The government policy for education and training is therefore a matter of national importance, second to none. So, a note to terminology, ministry and department. So, I'll be talking about the Ministry of Education right now. So the Ministry of Education comprises the Minister of Education, the Deputy Minister of Education, advisors, and administrative staff. So in terms of the Constitution, a minister is accountable personally to the President and Cabinet for the administration of his or her portfolio and is required to administer the portfolio in accordance with the policy determined by Cabinet. The Cabinet is required by the Constitution to function in a manner which gives consideration to the consensus-seeking spirit underlying the concept of the government of national unity, as well as the need for effective government. Thus, ministers are obliged to seek cabinet approval for their policy proposal, such as this document, and to ensure that approved policy is effectively executed. So now we are going to go to the Department of Education. So the Department of Education is part of the organizational structure of the public service, which is constitutionally required to loyally execute the policies of the government of the day in the performance of its administrative functions. The Department of Education is headed by the Director General, who is responsible for the efficient management and administration of the department and is accountable to the Parliament for the funds voted to the department in the budget. The Director General is accountable to the Minister for the execution of policy and in practice also makes available the professional resources of the department for the development of policy as directed by the Minister. So that's all I wanted to say about the difference between Ministry of Education and Department of Education, because of there's a lot going on which education is not given to all people, of which me myself included. I want to be educated, so because of I'm always at home, and councillors, mayors, they don't care about people like us, because of I don't know about other people whether they have this mindset I have of the awareness of how far things are being in how they should be. But then if I'm not the only one of which that's the case, in my observations and analysis and evaluations I'm doing when I look into what's happening, I know that I'm not the only one going through what I'm going through. That's why I'm still here. So I'm making videos about everything I understand. Life is about understanding everything, so as to make an impact in life. So when you die, you should leave a legacy. So people just want us to die in JJ without leaving a clue of we once existed. So even if I die, this video to those who are upcoming, it will be a reminder of someone like me once existed. So I read an article, I don't know, it's in YouTube or it was an article, but then it was talking about there's gonna be an event where we would have to register to be able to participate in programs which would be advertised for us to continue our career and stuff. But then I do not have a degree, I do not have masters, but then I just watched that program just so as to, just because of I'm curious, I'm someone who's curious. I like to learn, to move with the times. They say today's millennials, and this thing of millennials, because of me, I was born in 95. Then they say that Gen Z, it starts from 96. And to me, it was like, it's fish, it's fish. But then, as I like to say that, if you don't understand history, you tend to repeat history. And me being happy, me smiling, it's not like I'm not aware of how brutal or how hectic, or what can I say, how malevolent things are being out there in the world. Me, I do not perceive it like that, because of where there is fear. Sometimes I like to go there to know why am I feeling fear, But then sometimes I know, there I do not have to involve myself. That's the real danger. Like, there is fear really there. So, discernment. But anyway, as I've said, if you don't know history, you tend to repeat history. Peace.